Welcome to Insert Brain here, a Simpsons podcast, episode 4.
Yeah.
I'm David, and with me as always is Connor.
Oh.
I expected you to say your name, but okay.
No. It's staying in. Today
Perfect.
we're talking about Season 1, Episode 4, There's No Disgrace Like Home. Original air date, January the 28th, 1990.
Nice.
What did you think this episode was about?
Well, the general sort of plot is they go to Mr. Burns's family work picnic thing.
It might have been his birthday, but I don't think it was. Some sort of a work outing anyway.
Yeah, aye. They go to a work outing as a family.
At Mr. Burns's mansion.
At his mansion. And then there, he sort of essentially gets disgraced by his family in pretty much every way.
Yeah.
And then it's on the sort of the ride home with the other family, the co-worker family.
Yeah.
That he's like, oh, they're the
Gamble family.
There you go. the sort of angelic, perfect family, and these little shits are from hell.
Lisa? Yeah. His entire family.
Maggie's from hell as well, apparently. To be fair, she was trying to kill him in another episode.
Maggie doesn't really do anything that bad.
No, nothing really at the party. Nothing at all.
She gets abandoned, I guess. That's about it. By alcoholic Marge.
That's the one.
And then obviously they go to the
family therapy that he sees on TV.
That's the kind of third act of the episode.
Yeah, and pawning their TV in the process to get there.
Aye.
And then they double their money because they didn't get cured.
So that they could buy the new TV. So they could
buy the new TV.
Which is the TV that they use going forward.
Yeah. So what it's about? Just Homer realising that he's not got a functional family, really, isn't it?
What I found weird about this episode...
Or like the perfect family.
Is that it feels like Homer feels very out of character here.
Yeah.
I can't imagine established Homer caring about his reputation.
No.
Or wanting to pawn the TV.
Not even slightly.
Worrying about what his family are making him look like in public.
Yeah.
If this was made now, surely it would be Marge. Marge getting drunk at the party or the gathering or whatever. That would be Homer, surely.
Yeah. She's definitely not an alcoholic later on. Yeah.
She does mention in this episode that she doesn't usually drink.
That's true. She does. And the alcohol in the punch.
The alcohol, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of alcohol in the punch.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously she's in this, at least it's alluded to, that she's not used to having punch that has any alcohol in it.
Yeah.
So maybe when she was gearing up for the punch, she didn't really think that it was actually going to be alcoholic punch.
I think that must have been the case.
Yeah. So maybe not alcoholic Marge, but more along the lines of just drunkard. Accidentally pissed.
Aye.
Not that you're not going to taste the martini and whatever the hell else they've spiked the punch with.
Well, I guess if you have an especially fruity cocktail, sometimes...
it's true. I mean, they can be pretty drinkable.
The alcohol.
Yeah,
you can't really taste the alcohol content.
She must be one hell of a lightweight, I guess.
Aye, she had 2 or 3 cups.
Yeah. Why is she drinking a mug of it as well?
I think it's meant to be a paper cup.
It's got a fucking handle.
Does it?
It's got a handle. She's holding it by the handle afterwards and scooping it in.
Oh, right.
After she ladles the first one that we see her drinking in.
Yeah.
She's already hammered at this point. Well, tipsy at least.
Punch isn't really something we have here in the UK, like big bowls of punch.
No, it's not something that's commonly done.
If you put that out here, someone would piss in it. 5 seconds into the gathering, it would be 90% piss, 10%, 5% punch,
5% spit, and
5% alcohol,
90% fucking piss.
And a certain percentage Buckfast as well.
Oh, several buckies that have been put in there, like
local reference.
Yes, yeah, Buckfast, the wine,
quote unquote wine.
Aye. Yeah, fucking swill.
Smithers is white in this episode.
Oh yes,
get right to the elephant in the room. Smithers is back to his
white.
Correct colour based on all the other episodes that he appears in.
Yes, aye. he is white. He's bleached.
Yeah, he's not even yellow. He's paler than he normally is.
Yeah. He's like Mr. Burns' sort of colour.
Yeah, I wonder if they kind of...
Mr. Burns at several points is not actually white. He's yellow.
Yeah.
And he's usually an off-white.
I can't remember. I remember him always being yellow. I don't remember him being off-white.
He's off... In the other episodes that we've seen him in so far this season, he's off-white.
He's yellow in those episodes.
He's a very pale
he
yellow.
He might appear
off-white.
Yellow. I think that's just animation errors. And
right.
I'm sure...
It could be a colouring error.
The little figurine of Mr. Burns I have right there is yellow.
Yeah.
Standard Simpsons yellow.
No, I see that there. I'm meaning like in the ones we've seen so far, he is barely what you would consider yellow.
Right,
Lemon at best.
Yeah.
Right. And this guy ends up practically sunset orange in one of the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like he's gotten tan out in the fucking sun.
I forgot to mention in the last episode, this is the third episode where Mr. Burns appears without his original voice actor.
Oh, yes, of course.
I mentioned it in episode 1 or 2.
I think it was one. I mentioned it in the pilot episode of the show that Mr. Burns has a different voice actor in season 1. It's the guy who did Starscream. Yeah.
And the original Transformers.
Yeah.
And Cobra Commander and G.I. Joe.
Right, yeah.
That guy.
Yeah. Awesome. So we're going to jump into first appearances.
Our famous segment, Untitled First Appearance segment.
That's the one, yes.
First appearance of Itchy and Scratchy.
Yes. Awesome.
I love those characters.
Yeah.
I really...
Wait. Is it first appearance of
It's
Itchy
first appearance.
Doesn't Marge go off in a whole thing about cancelling it? Or have I watched The Simpsons
that is like
way later
seasons ahead.
Never mind me.
Are you doing a second Simpsons podcast?
I am not. I have watched a few episodes of The Simpsons, though, much further on. Seasons ahead.
That's
apparently.
Way seasons ahead. We're seasons ahead.
Never mind that. You can cut that right the fuck out.
I'm keeping it on.
Oh, shit.
First appearance of Itchy and Scratchy, who appearance. I adore. I would, if they made an Itchy and Scratchy real show and put it on Disney Plus, I would watch every episode.
Yeah, I'd watch it.
I don't have anything to say. Pretty standard appearance, except there's no title card.
Yeah, there's no Itchy and Scratchy show.
Or even just like the name of the episode. They usually put that in. It's not like a specific parody either. It's kind of a generic Tom and Jerry, but violence somewhat cranked up.
Yeah.
Not even cranked up that much, because
more
Scratchy just turns into a skeleton. Yeah.
Like, in this he just turns into a skeleton, but in some of them
future ones definitely
profusely and
but like
other things like that.
In this one, it feels very tame.
It does, yeah, it does. But I can see that it's just basically a slightly over-exaggerated. They obviously wanted it to be a bit more violent version of Tom and Jerry, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Because, most of them turns into a skeleton, but he does roll his head out through the skeleton afterwards. So, you've got a little bit more. He was probably
going to do something more violent, but Homer turns the TV off.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's fair. That's all right.
Yeah, that's
First
awesome.
Appearance of Dr. Marvin Monroe.
Yeah.
A character who has since been phased out and doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's the one. I can't even remember when that happened.
It's soon. It's a few seasons in. He doesn't last very long.
No.
He doesn't make it past season 5 at the very least.
Right.
I've never been a fan of Dr. Marvin Monroe.
It seems like I think he's supposed to be a really sketchy character, but he seems like a very unlikable character.
Mm-hmm. Also, if you've got Dr. Hibbert later on, he hasn't appeared so far, but he gets established, and so does Dr. Nick. We've already established. We've already established Dr. Pryor in the Bart the Genius episodes as the school psychiatrist.
Yeah.
You really need
another
fourth doctor character in the show.
Yeah. And let's face it, Dr. Nick could easily be a TV doctor.
Yeah, I think he is at some point.
Yeah, I think he is. I'm sure I've seen an episode where he's like got an advert on TV.
Yeah, I think
I'm certain.
Maybe in his first or second appearance. I have a weird... This is totally off track.
Yeah.
I feel like in his first appearance, Dr. Nick is a vet.
I care a funny feeling that's right.
Maybe it's
We might
wrong.
need to. That could
We'll
just
get to
be.
it.
That could be completely made up. But yeah, I get a funny feeling that might be right though.
First appearance of Officer Lou and Officer Eddie.
Yeah, and Lou is
Lou, yes.
white.
Not usually, and I don't think he's
Not-
intended to be.
I don't think
This
so.
is an animation error, I assume.
Yeah.
I'll cover that in my other segment that I've spoken about.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
And last, first appearance of the Gamble family.
Yes.
They're the angelic family that Homer
They end up
envies.
going to the family therapy because they're standing there.
One spot
Sitting
behind
there
them.
even.
One spot behind them in the line.
Yeah.
You'd think that Homer would acknowledge that he's walked past the happy family
Not
that
even
inspired
close.
this
Nothing.
entire tirade.
Yeah. No.
No reaction at all.
None. Didn't even spot them, clearly.
No.
Too busy staring longingly at that 250 smackaroonies that he's about to slap down on the desk. Right.
That is the end of Untitled First Appearance segment, or whatever it's called.
We need to think of something.
Nah.
Fuck it. Fuck it, they're here. I don't know.
Something I noticed is that fuck it, they're here as a name for it. Something I noticed about Mr. Burns' mansion is it has a really different design to what it usually has. It's got a kind of a Roman design.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's like Greek or Roman.
Yeah, kind of
the way that's with the pillars and stuff going about.
Romantic, is that the name of that design structure? They have like statues of Cupid everywhere, and something like the Romantic period. I don't have a podcast where I talk about architecture.
No, or anything factual based. To be fair. Just now
Cupid's stone arrow, an archery podcast. It's the best
Perfect.
I got.
Yeah,
I've anything better than that.
No, nothing. I have nothing at all. I have nothing at all. I'm only in this one.
Your microphone's always set up for the other ones. It's just me talking to myself. And what do you think about that bit of architecture? Yeah, me too. Yeah, it has a very different design to what it would later have.
Yeah, it does. It's very like almost gothic later on, I think.
Yeah, later on it's got a kind of, it looks like Bruce Wayne's manor.
Yeah.
Wayne Manor.
Yeah.
Later on.
Yep. But very very Roman sort of
Colosseum, Roman type pillars,
Greek, something or other.
That sort of design.
That sort of time period, at least.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it looks like, which is ridiculous because it would have to be. Well, you know what? It's maybe not that ridiculous. Now that I think about it, I was about to voice something that would actually.
That wouldn't fly on an architecture podcast.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so the fact that, it's in America and America's not got really any Roman buildings in it, but it does actually.
Yeah.
Because they were...
Vegas.
Yeah. No, I mean in like actual genuine Roman buildings. And it does because they were pretty much all brick by brick transplanted by the new wealth of the very rich people that were getting very rich in America. Because it was like fast wealth and they wanted big ostentatious buildings. And they wanted really old buildings, so they just basically thought this building from this part of the world in Europe was really nice. But they wanted it in America, but bigger. So they just like take things from there and just take it apart brick by brick and rebuild it in America.
Right. So it's not just Britain that steals.
No, it's not.
From other countries. Wow, good to know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, America was started by
the
British, kind of. So
what a trait to pass on.
Yeah, I know. All the traits to pass on. Yeah. And not the way we say herb.
Herb? Herbie fully loaded?
No, the fucking herb. Herb, not herb.
Herb.
Yeah, I don't know.
Herb, herb.
Basil, all that.
Oh, that shit.
Oregano.
Alright. Oh, that drives me nuts.
The worst one for me.
Yeah.
Aluminum.
Aluminium.
It's aluminium, mate. It's got a fucking eye in it.
That's put me on edge.
Yeah.
Let's move on to
let's
our
cut
famous,
that for the American audience.
No, let's keep it. Fuck them. Let's move on to our famous segment, 3 Blind Mice Trivia.
Yay. There we go.
Fox Accounting.
Yes.
We're really hitting it with the exciting stuff now.
Oh, yes.
Fox Accounting assigned all their shows a number.
Right.
The Simpsons was assigned 7G, which is a sector of the power plant where Homer works. That's where they got the name for it.
All right,
He works in Sector 7G, which is from the Fox Accounting number for the show.
All right, cool.
You might notice that they couldn't call the gelatin dessert dish Jello.
Yeah.
Because Jello is a copyrighted name.
Yeah, it is. Jello's a brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny is at one point Jello wanted Bart to be their spokesperson.
Really?
Back in the Tracy Ullman days, yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I've never heard that one
Matt
before.
Groening went to meet with them and he pitched some...
sketchy stuff, probably.
Yeah, some weird idea about calling it like Hello or something like that.
Oh, God.
And they were like, can't do that. Have Bart be like, Jello sucks and it's disgusting. Is there their spokesperson? And they're like, no, you can't do that.
That's fair. I can see why it never happened.
The idea that Mr. Burns would greet his employees using index cards was inspired by the way Ronald Reagan would greet people when he was president.
Oh, man.
He actually did that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got a lot of shit to remember.
When it's specifically Ronald Reagan, though. It doesn't say that all the presidents do that.
No. I mean, the modern presidents aside, he was one of the older ones, to be fair.
I was going to say, Joe Biden.
That's what I'm saying.
You gave him a cue card, he would wipe his ass with it. He would... I thought that was where I was meant to put my adult diaper.
Oh, fuck.
This reminds me of 19 I used to sit with the little boys. My shed.
Oh,
anyway.
God forbid you pass any little girl with pigtails in your room and all. Fucking hell.
Oh.
Jesus
Biden
Christ.
would be off with her, mate.
God, you really just need to, if you don't know this about this man, you need to just look at some of the interviews where there happens to be some youngish
and he's just running
child nearby and he's like
his Crypt Keeper hands down her dress and just
or like going in for a weird kiss. That's fucking strange.
Joe Biden, Mr. Burns is less weird than Joe Biden.
Yes.
Let's move on from this.
Yeah. Let's just keep that to the other podcast.
Bouncing Biden?
Yeah. Bouncing Biden.
This episode has the first mention of Mr. Burns' hounds. Back to the Simpsons trivia. First mention of the hounds. They're not seen, but they are mentioned.
Yeah. It's on the gate, something. We can't actually read the full sign when they
Mr.
first
Burns
approach.
says it. He says, you have 10 minutes
I know,
before
but I mean, on the gate as well, there's actually a sign about the hounds or the dogs. I think they're actually referred to on the sign.
Yeah.
But you can't actually read the whole sign. And it also says, trespassers will be shot on the sign.
It says poachers will be shot.
Poachers will be shot. That's it. Yeah. Not trespassers.
Do you notice the piggy bank they get the money out of for the college fund?
Is that Bart's? It looks like it, doesn't it?
No, it originally had white eyes with black pupils, like everything does in The Simpsons world.
Oh, right.
They coloured them in black because it looked too creepy.
Oh.
To take like a piggy bank that had normal eyes and looked like they were drawing of a live pig and then smash it open.
Fair enough.
The happy family coming out of Dr. Marvin Monroe's office.
Mm.
The dad mentions that he's taking everyone for frosted chocolate milkshakes.
Mm.
It's a line that Homer used to say in the Tracy Ullman Show.
All right. I have seen bits of the Tracy Ullman Show sketches.
We'll cover them at some point.
We'll get there one day, but we
maybe we'll spread it out.
I have not seen most of it, to be fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, all of that information is new to me, or new enough.
The designs when they're getting shocked in Dr. Marvin Monroe's office.
Mm.
Those are actually close to their designs in the Tracy Ullman Show.
All right.
Like the smaller pupils, the wider gaps between the teeth, the wider gaps between the teeth.
Yeah.
This episode appears in the movie Die Hard 2.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, it was a Fox movie. Die Hard is a Fox property.
So it is.
So they just slipped an episode of The Simpsons into Die Hard 2.
Where?
I think someone's watching it on the TV. It's either John McClane or it's the bad guy.
Right.
Whoever the villain is in that movie. I think I've seen Die Hard 2 twice in my entire life.
Probably. I've seen it definitely more than that, but
I've never seen the third one.
Have you not?
Never.
Right.
I've seen 1, 2, 4, and 5.
All right, fair enough. I've seen all of them at some point. You had a box set of like the first 4.
Yeah, I had that box set as well, and I never watched the third one.
Fair enough. But yeah, no, I've definitely seen Die Hard 2 more than a couple of times, but I just obviously blanked that part of it.
Yeah, aye.
But yeah.
There you go. Fun fact for you. First use of "don't have a cow, man." Bart says "don't have a cow, man" to his dad. It's the first time he's ever said it.
Yeah.
It's another thing that's going to be phased out.
Yeah. Also, in that particular scene, they're all having TV dinners at the table at this point. At the dining table.
They're having TV dinners in front of the TV, and then they take them through to the dinner table.
He takes them through. He tells them they're going to have it in front of the table, or at the table, not in front of the TV. That's what I meant. And for some reason, Lisa's the only one. I think Lisa's the one sitting. The position sitting is you've got Homer on the left, and then Bart, and then Lisa. Yes, right. I just remember the table, the trays. Which one had potatoes? They've all got potato in their trays.
Right.
But Lisa's the only one with actual potatoes. Everyone else has got mash.
Really?
For some reason.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, she's got like physical, like round potatoes.
Baked potatoes.
Yeah.
Boiled potatoes,
baked
maybe.
Or boiled potatoes or steamed potatoes, probably, because it'll be a microwave tinner. It'll be have that film shit over it.
Aye.
You just pop some holes in it and then you shove it in the microwave.
Oh, I'm familiar.
Yeah. I've had a couple of those. You can feel your brain cells going. No bloody wonder with the Simpsons are the way they are. That's what they eat all day, every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's the only one that hasn't either mashed her potatoes or had mash.
And she's not a vegetarian at this point either, so she has the same meal as everyone else.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I spotted that and I was like, all right, that's weird.
Man.
But yeah.
This episode was shown in theatres.
Really?
Before the presentation of the movie Short Time.
All right, so it was like a freaking long short.
Yeah,
you know, you get the,
before
like, the
Pixar
normal,
movies where they
used to do it 4 to 8 minute shorts or something.
Yeah, they used to do it more back in the day. Like Looney Tunes shorts were often shown in the theatre before feature films.
There's like Home on the Range has got a short in front of it as well.
Yeah,
that's sort of Jackrabbit.
Yes, I know the one you mean.
Yeah. Can't remember the name of the short right now, but yeah.
Well, the main character in Short Time, the movie, was called Bert Simpson.
Really?
Yeah. Just a coincidence that the main character was named Bert.
Not even related.
Simpson. No.
Not like physically related. I mean, like not even related to the fact that they saw that was Bart Simpson,
and they were
went,
like, slap
we're
the
putting
Simpsons.
a fucking Simpsons episode in
If
front
anything,
of it.
if I was the guy who made the movie Short Time, which is a film I have not seen or heard of
Yeah.
outside of this, I don't think.
I don't think I recognise it, to be fair, either.
I would have been really annoyed if I wrote a film. Where the main character was named Bart Simpson, and then someone was like, slap a Bart Simpson cartoon in front of that. So every time a character in the movie calls the main character by his name, you think of Bart. Simpson from The Simpsons.
Yeah, that would probably annoy me as well.
Aye.
And also, like, was it the whole episode of The Simpsons?
That's what it says.
Shit.
I'm going to look up Short Time and see what this movie is.
Yeah. Let's have a look at
Comedy action.
All right.
Directed by Greg Champion. That name sounds familiar.
All right.
As a result of a misdiagnosis, Detective Bart Simpson, played by Dabney Coleman, is told he has just weeks to live. He gains a new respect for his life and loved ones, but learns that in order for his wife, Caroline, played by Terry Garr, and son, Doogie, played by Kaj Erik Eriksson, to collect any insurance money, he must be killed in the line of duty. He then becomes the most reckless man in the police force, volunteering for dangerous assignments over the objections of his by-the-book partner, Ernie Dills, played by Matt Frewer.
Right. I definitely don't know the plot of this.
What the hell is this?
But other than the whole...
It's a Fox movie. So.
Yeah. Other than the whole police and things like that, the general plot though, that's The Simpsons have got an episode like that as well.
Did
I'm sure Homer gets a misdiagnosis about the fact that he's dying, and then gets like a new lease on life and an appreciation for his family.
That does sound. I don't know if it's Homer. It might be Moe or someone like that. I feel like it might be a secondary character,
but
in a spotlight episode. That does sound familiar though. Wow.
Huh. That would really piss me off if that was my movie then.
Well, it has a 29% on Rotten Tomatoes.
You know what? Let it get brushed under the rug.
But not when we do our Short Time podcast.
Of course.
Called
what is this going to be, the Fox podcast or something?
Misdiagnosis Malpractice.
Oh,
a Short Time podcast. We're going to cover all the movies that have the word short in the title. Short Circuit 1, Short Circuit 2, Short Time, Get Shorty.
How many more have we got? This is going to be a mini series, right?
Movies with short in the title.
We're really going off on this one.
This bit's really falling apart.
Yeah. Well, aren't we on the trivia segment right now?
I have one bit of trivia left.
There we go.
3 Blind Mice trivia.
Yes.
This is the first episode to air in the UK.
Really?
Yep, it aired in 1996 on BBC One.
Wait, 96? Like 6 years after?
6 years after it aired.
Oh.
Slow in the pickup.
Yeah, we really got that one late.
We got the entire series late.
Yeah, we got everything late.
Wait a
minute. If this is the first episode that aired...
Yeah. In 1996.
This is episode 4 of season 1. Why?
No idea, mate. Ask the BBC.
Was it maybe just the highest rated one of
Too
season?
busy covering up for Jimmy Savile to pay attention. It was screened with 5 million viewers. Slightly less than Dad's Army, which previously held the time slot. The episode also faced competition from ITV's screening of Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Was that Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
The live action show.
The live action?
Yeah.
Not the animated?
No.
Because I think the animated is later, isn't it?
Animated is late 90s, early 2000s. This is a live action one.
Right. What year is that?
1996.
So that's actually...
That was actually airing at the time.
At the time.
Yeah.
Right.
It was also...
I have to say, I remember watching Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
So when this was on at the time, sat down
No. I was not, because I was not old enough for that.
Right. Okay.
I would have, at the time when The Simpsons was airing, I do remember watching it while it was airing.
Me too. Right. Okay, that's fine.
So it wasn't like I was sitting watching that instead.
I'll kick you off this podcast. You can go do your Sabrina the Teenage Witch podcast.
Yeah. Whatever the fuck that would be called.
Black Sassy Pussy.
Black Sassy Pussy, a Sabrina the Teenage Witch podcast.
Yeah, because of the cat.
Yeah. What's his name again?
Salem. He's my favourite character.
Yes. Yeah, he looks like he's a fucking stuffed.
It's a puppet, I think.
It's a puppet, probably.
I hope so.
Or a
cat that's been out of work for 30 years. This was also the first episode to air in Australia in 1991.
Right. They got it before we did.
5 years before we did.
Holy shit.
That is the end of 3 Blind Mice trivia.
It must be because episode 4 raked in more money or much more views or something. It's gotta be because there's no real reason for it.
This wasn't even meant to be first in the original schedule before everything got changed around for Simpsons Shows and Open Fire to come first. Because it says the last episode that we're going to watch was meant to be the first episode.
Right. Yeah. It's got to be the viewing numbers, surely.
Yeah.
Surely it's got to be the viewing numbers. Maybe it was like the high for the series. Or maybe it was the first of the series that got really high numbers.
I think this episode is one of Matt Groening's favourites.
Okay, maybe it was that. I don't know.
Maybe that's why. Or maybe some Fox executive.
Or it was the lowest numbers and therefore it was the cheapest episode to get.
Well, they didn't just get the one episode near that. They got the whole season.
Yeah, but why would you show the fucking 4th first?
I don't know. Not by any standards would you show this first.
Makes no sense at all.
Weird, strange, unusual.
And 2 countries doing it, at least.
Did you notice that Homer wears a striped polo shirt in one scene?
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he's going to, because that's what he's wearing to go to the garden party thing.
Yes. I'm glad we're back on the episode now.
Yeah. Not fucking...
No. Let's just stick to the episode. We can't go back to any of that.
No. So yeah, he's wearing a striped polo. Is this a long episode?
35 minutes in.
Oh shit, we've done what, 2 segments?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's
So he's wearing a striped polo shirt.
Striped polo shirt.
Kind of matching Marge. They're wearing almost couples outfits.
She's wearing like it's a plain pink polo.
I thought she had a stripe as well.
Does she have a stripe?
I think she does.
Maybe she does. But yeah, she's wearing a polo as well.
Yeah.
And some miniskirt or shorts.
I think something like that.
I think it's some short shorts. Real short shorts.
You're looking sweaty over there, mate.
It's fucking hot in here. Right. I'm next to a closed window.
Time for my segment.
Yes.
Boy, I sure hope someone got fired for that blunder.
And there's a few.
Why is Lou white?
Oh, fucking Jesus. I don't know.
Why is Lou white?
They were clearly wanting more black characters in this.
Right.
And they made Smithers black.
For some reason.
And then reverted it for this episode.
Whoever animated this episode wanted less black characters in the show because there are none.
I really do hope someone got fired for this. That's a good point.
There's 0.
Really?
Wait, there might be
a background.
There's a black
somewhere.
Child in the room that Maggie goes into to watch the Happy Little Elves. Second appearance by the Happy Little Elves.
Yes.
I think it might be the same animation episodes from the first one as well.
Possibly. I would have to rewatch.
Yeah. Why is Lou white?
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's really
Why
weird.
does Eddie, who's a cop, have a pink tie?
Yeah.
Because surely they would have... Lou's got a grey tie.
Or a greyish blue tie.
Grey tie, yeah.
Yeah. So why
would Eddie, in his police officer uniform,
bright pink tie,
have a salmon pink tie?
Aye. Yeah, it's fucking light and pink.
Aye.
The hell?
That's my phone.
No. I mean, what the hell about the tie?
Yeah, what the hell about the tie? There's a scene when they're eating dinner where Marge's necklace is only coloured red. Every second or third frames, there's one frame where it's white, so it flashes red.
Yeah.
Ah, man. Some of those character designs, they're not anywhere near as bad as in the last episode.
No.
But the people...
There's certainly little background characters anyway. There's a funky little weirdo kid in the nursery area.
Yeah, there's a few funky kids. The parents who are drinking punch, one of them looks like...
really fucking strange.
One of them looks like a Popeye character.
Yeah.
Like the noodle arms and legs and
like tits at her fucking abdomen or something. Not drawn at her abdomen, not hanging.
No.
Like drawn way down, really low on her body.
Chest. It's
really strange.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
What's that when they do that panning shot where they show all the people in the crowd as well? When they first arrive at the garden party.
Yeah.
The crowd movement. Quote unquote,
the two kids playing or something.
They're holding hands and just kind of rocking back and forwards.
Yeah, you might as well just be like them on a stick. They're like cut out on a stick is what it looks like.
That's
just
what it looks
wobbled.
like as well when they're in the car with the Jello.
Yes.
Only Marge has her seatbelt on.
Yes, only Marge has a seatbelt on.
And there's no loose seatbelts for the other members of the family.
And we have just watched the opening credits
where Maggie is sitting in her car seat.
In a car seat. In a different car, but admittedly in a car seat.
Mm-hmm.
And she is sitting on the back seat bench or back bench seat.
Yeah.
Holding Jello with no seatbelt.
Yeah. And the characters are meant to be bumping up and down because of the road.
Yeah.
But it's like
they're
their
just
character
sort of
models are just kind of moving up and down.
Yeah.
Totally static.
Yeah. The whole car, theoretically, should be doing some bumping. And yeah, I get it. They might be doing a few bunny hops here and there because they don't have a fucking seatbelt on. but still.
I know there was a point originally where they were going to do the joke that every character in the show wears a seatbelt besides Homer.
Right.
Because he's too stupid.
Yeah.
But they're not doing that here because everyone has one besides Marge.
Yeah, Marge is the only one. But if she was safety conscious, she would make sure the kids had one on.
Maggie's not.
She's just sitting there going, fuck it.
Why
fuck
not?
them.
Aye.
Screw the kids and Homer. I'm the only one that's surviving this shit. I can start over. What the hell? But someone somewhere drew that took that that slide.
Yeah.
Or these series of slides.
Yeah.
Probably about a handful of them, probably, because they're just vibrating up and down, really.
Yeah.
But a handful of those slides, or cells, and drew that, and drew her with a 3-point seatbelt.
Yeah.
Like a full seatbelt.
Intricate seatbelt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And no one else.
No.
But they just started with the seatbelt and then got told, nah, we don't have time for the rest of it. Just fuck them.
They didn't
even bother with lap belts.
No, or
Nothing.
Like not having the seatbelts behind the characters.
Yeah.
Like it's as if the car was built with one.
With one, yeah. Just for Marge.
I think that's the end of the segment. I can't think of any other.
I can't think of anything
Boy,
else.
I sure hope someone got fired for that blunder.
Goddamn, Lou was really a drop ball there.
Yeah.
That was
an improvement from the previous episode, but still.
Yeah, a lot of blunders. Aye. It's really still shining through that it was like last minute, put everything back together again.
Homer's voice is very close to what it was in the original shorts as well.
Yeah.
It was meant to sound like someone. His original voice sounded like someone else. I think it was a presidential candidate or something.
Right. We've got that information somewhere. We've got it somewhere. Just having a quick look.
I'm not typing it into Google.
Not at all. Wikipedia, here we go.
Walter Matthau. Walter Matthau.
Get Wikipedia up and get it to play the name into the mic.
Walter Matthau. Oh, he's an American actor, comedian, and film director.
All right.
Called. There's no option to.
Shit.
I Google Walter Math. If I Google pronunciation.
Jesus Christ.
Walter Matthau.
There we go.
Walter Matthau.
It's a 3-person podcast now. You, me, and Google's pronunciation AI.
Aye. We should get Samsung's one up on there in this podcast.
Let's call it there. I don't have anything else to say about this episode.
I don't think so.
I thought it was alright.
Yeah. A bit of a weird
characterization
show thing going on as well, with Marge starting a whole fucking dance troupe.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, next time. Or
no. Next time we're talking
next
about
time we're on episode 5.
Bart the General.
Bart the General, yes.
Yeah, I've got it already.
Perfect.
See you next week for Bart the General.
Yep. Adieu. I don't know.
This has been Insert Brain here, a Simpsons podcast. I've been Connor.
I've been David.
Brought to you by T422 Productions.
That's the one.
Have a good night.
Have a good one.